welcome and congratulations to the class of 2013. It's official, we did it! I would like to start by saying that although these totals are still being reported and are incomplete at this time, I'm very proud to announce that as of 10 o'clock this morning, the Memorial High School class of 2013 has been offered $6,398,596 in scholarship funds and has gratefully accepted $2,557,706 to help towards our college education. Thinking back on these last 4 years, I realized that graduating from Memorial has been no small feat. We all entered the halls of Memorial as young, immature teenagers who thought the world revolved around us and us alone, but are now leaving with an appreciation for those who've helped shape us into the wonderful young men and women that we have become. Let me take you back to 4 years ago, August 2009. The racing heartbeats, the nervous glances, and the breathing in of the smothering humid Houston heat, fish camp. The scariest time of our high school careers when we realized that high-side ponytails with ribbons for the girls was no longer accepted, and the boys would have to start trying a little bit harder in their appearance. Walking down the halls every single Friday, smelling the warm cookies, and starting our weekly voyages to Valley Village to dress for our very first high school pep rallies left us with the thought that this was it. Can't get any much better than this. Well, we were all wrong, because obviously sophomore year far exceeded the year before, especially since this was the year we would gain our freedom on the roads. We finally got to have a lunch period with different grade levels, and we're no longer stuck in study hall doing our homework. We got to focus our attention onto the royal wedding, which had every girl wake up at 3 in the morning to watch the beautiful Kate Middleton walk down the aisle singing she's the luckiest girl in the world, and hopefully spying the gorgeous Prince Harry, who we all assumed was saving himself to marry us one day. I know I'm still hoping out for that. We also witnessed the end of an era marked by the final Harry Potter film coming out to theaters. The catchphrase, "It all ends," was a reality for many of us who lived and breathed those timeless novels. But sophomore year came and went, and it was time for junior year, the year of tests and A-push. Although consumed by a sea of schoolwork, the girls banded together in a yoga pants revolution, which gave Memorial a solid 15 minutes of fame. Whether good or bad can be left up for interpretation. This was also the year we had the privilege of gaining Mr. Lakin as our principal. I hope we didn't cause you too much stress your first year. And finally, it was time for senior year. Time to complete your bumps with the football games and world-class hecklers at all of those sporting events. So much so that I'm almost positive the police came to the student section every game and asked us to stop, or else we would all be kicked out. Sorry for all the trouble it caused. I guess we'll never learn. Now that the endless stream of graduation gifts and graduation parties has ended, we are left here sitting, wondering, what's next? As I was writing this speech and thinking about what I wanted to be told at graduation, I realized that I don't want to be told we will all have bright futures and go on to do great things, because yes, in the end, everybody hopes this will happen. But before we have our lives figured out, before we go on to become successful businessmen and women, lawyers and doctors, we all have to work our way up from the bottom again. Have to start out on our own, scared out of our minds, not knowing what to do, not knowing how we will get a job out of majoring in Canadian studies. We will be stuck to decide for ourselves where to go, what to do, what to eat. Are these socks really dirty, or can I wear them again? How quickly can I shove all of my dirty clothes under my bed before my parents swing by? For many of us, we've been waiting to finally be allowed to make these decisions on our own, to finally be free from our parents' ever-watching eye. But what we don't realize is all the little things we will miss, like our moms hugging us and asking us about our day, the serenity of having a room to ourselves, or coming home after a hard day at school and seeing our pets run at us like they haven't seen us in ages. Losing these often unappreciated comforts and starting over is going to be hard. But we are going to have the time of our lives climbing out of the abyss when we are called fish one last time, by making mistakes, hopefully learning from them, and by figuring out what our passions are in life, and how we will be able to change the world. All of us have the whole world before us, yet we haven't even taken the first and hardest step, the one off at this stage after being handed our diplomas. Before we leave the present to move on with our lives, on behalf of the 2013 graduating class, I would like to thank all of our parents and teachers for the hard work they put forth on our behalf. And the best grade level administrators, Mrs. Griffin, Mrs. Lowry, and of course Mr. Johnson, all of whom after 16 years of their hard work and dedication are leaving the beloved halls of Memorial High School with us. And again, I want to say congratulations to the class of 2013. After 4 years of late nights and caffeine highs, we finally have the privilege of saying that we are graduates of the one and only Memorial High School. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Bill Lakin, principal at Memorial High School, and it's my honor to introduce our distinguished guest this afternoon, Superintendent of Spring Branch Independent School District,